So Dean, this whole auction idea is really brilliant, and I always love these new creative ideas that coming up with selling real estate and stuff. Now you guys were involved in that big glass house up there in Olympus Cove, weren't you?
Yeah, we were. You know, that's the old Stottsdale home. And, you know, the gentleman that we sold that house for, it's actually a really interesting story because he bought the home from a kind of a funny cat that really liked Star Wars stuff, and so he went in and gutted the whole house, or a big portion of it, and remodeled the entire inside of the home. And you know, that home sat on the market after he did his remodel for 6 years, and I'll bet it didn't have 10 people walk through it.
So it was on the market for 6 years, and they had how many people go through it?
10 at the most.
And so he had all the carrying costs of this thing, having to pay for it each month. And he wasn't even living in it, right?
He wasn't. He lived there, I believe, for a couple of years, and then he moved out. And yeah, so he had all the cost to carry, and it just, you know, the home is a fantastic home. I mean, it's over 10,000 square feet. Every exterior wall on facing out over the valley was glass. I mean, hence the name, the glass house. And you know, the front of the house, normally your swimming pool's behind your house, but the swimming pool was the front focal point of the entire front of the house.
Oh, beautiful.
And it had a big family room that went up over the garage, so when you pulled up the big long driveway, you would pull underneath the family room that's all glass and park up underneath the garage. So it's a very modern, very, very unique home for Utah.
So the dilemma was really, it was so unique, there weren't a lot of buyers that it appealed to, and thus how we got so many few showings, right?
Exactly. And you know, so for somebody in Utah to go and buy that home, that was a tough order because it's not a typical Utah house.
And so was he lowering the price down as he went through the process?
Lowering the price, sitting on the market, went through multiple different agents, listed it multiple times, and you know, the typical traditional real estate for some of these higher end properties that are unique is, you know, the seller's bleeding out until they get to the point to where, you know, somebody bites.
Yeah, until they just unload it. And so you guys get involved in the process, and how did that whole thing go?
You know, it was fantastic because we of course actually that home we did 4 weeks of open houses. We ran more than 1,200 people through that home.
Wow, that's a lot.
In 4 weeks.
Well, they were only getting 10 before.
Where they had 10 before.
Granted, a lot of those not people that actually buy it, but more want to look at it, right?
You
but
know,
that's okay though.
It's the percentages.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game, and you're going after those percentages or people that know people. And the bottom line is when it came down to it, we had approximately seven to eight bidders bidding on the home. We had phone bidders bidding on the home.
Oh, really?
And the home sold, and everybody was happy. You know, we sold the home for fair market value.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing about our program. 6 years sitting on a market with very, very little traction,
and we sold in a month.
And we come rolling in there in a month, and
so
not only create so much interest, absolutely happy.
He was ecstatic. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I bet. Well, that's it's a very creative. I'm really impressed with you guys and the way you guys have put this together. Good for you.
Welcome back to Real Estate Essentials. This is your Market in a Minute. If anyone ever asks you the question, what's going on in our market, keep in mind there are 3 different markets going on all at the same time. Under $250,000, it's a seller's market. Buyers are snatching up everything they can get as quick as they can. And then from about $250,000 to $700,000, we actually have about as many listings as we have sales. And so we have an equilibrium market. But then above that 700 range in what they call the luxury homes, that's where our market gets a little bit soft because we don't have enough buyers in there. And those are situations where buyers are trying to take advantage of really good situations and trying to drive those price points down. So that's your Market in a Minute.